You're live.
Hey, everybody, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Hey, we're having a change of pace today, which is going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to need a lot of your participation to be a part of this. You see, here's what we're going to do. Come on in and enjoy this. Share it out, send it all around, and you are going to, if you choose, get a card from each one of us to answer your question by sending a small donation of $15.15 in USD to our PayPal that's right there in the comments. Rhonda has it all there set up. And it's magical when we do these things. Out of all the different decks that we have and all the different messages that can come through the three of us, it's weird and beautiful how the unity of it all comes together. And what it's helping us with this week is Rhonda's been paying for StreamYard out of her own pocket where we come live to you. And Bex, who makes those beautiful and inspiring graphics, has been paying for that out of her own pocket. And we are trying to raise money to fund these things today. So it's a good cause and it helps bring us to you where amazing things happen with our different guests. So unicorn blessings to you. And Rhonda Bex, have you anything to say?
Oh, we're just so happy that everybody's here, and I can't believe it's the 30th of August already. And
Yeah.
we just, this is fun. I think this week everybody we're going to try and do maybe a few more card readings this week. We'll see how it goes and how everybody's schedule is. It's kind of crazy, but stay tuned on the channel. Also, if you missed last week's show, take a
Woohoo!
minute to go back and look at it through our YouTube station or through the Facebook page, because Diana Cooper gives so much, and she gave us two beautiful meditations that it's just worthwhile to scroll through and just go through those meditations, because I think they're in her new book as well, or ones like it. And it was so great. And watch her
Oh,
little movie.
yes.
She has a premiere of that unicorn movie, and we can't help but wanting it to see it go mainstream. So the more
Yes.
views it has, the more likely she can take it to the mainstream. So with
It's
that,
beautiful
uh,
unicorn energy that's coming through.
Yes.
So if you feel any affinity to that, you've got to check the show out and the documentary.
yeah. So okay, and Kim McLean is sent her money in early, so she's first on the list.
Woohoo!
And when we just like to, Teresa, would you please introduce yourself and where you're from and where you can be reached at? Because I don't think some people don't know all the backstory. So give us a
Yeah.
quick 411 of Teresa Warren, and then I'll ask Bex to do the same.
All right. Basically, I'm from California, but here I am in Tennessee with all the Tennessee blessings I never knew existed, including having my grandchildren and everything. And I met this beautiful family, Rhonda and Bex, through the Akashic Academy where we learned to read the Akashic Records. Before that, I had no idea I had a psychic bone in my body, and I was looking at these ladies like, oh my God, they're all so amazing. But through learning to read the Akashic Records, it's opened me up to dragons and unicorns and past lives that I had no idea could have existed in multidimensional levels. It's exciting what we do. And so you can get a hold of me. I have a group, Empaths on Fire, Transformational Coaching for Empaths and Lightworkers, where I like to do a lot of things in that group with people, including past lives, including things. And so I have myself there as a life coach, and I have too much fun. Next.
Excellent. Bex, you're next. I'm going to put you over here.
Yeah, put me on the spot. So I'm Bex Marie, and you can find me at Divinely Guided Inspirations with Bex Marie, where I do intuitive card readings, and I've kind of been breaking into doing more life coaching kind of stuff, which is super fun. I don't really advertise it; it's kind of a word of mouth, but it's super fun for me to connect with people and help them get to the core of what's going on in their life and how they can really start to step into living their best life. For me, that's my passion, that's my joy. I have been interested in angels and spirit guides and all of the celestial beings and ethereal beings and all of that from my teen years on, at least, probably even my childhood. And it's just, super fun. I've always wanted to be psychic, and never believed that I could be, but then connecting with other people who are my spirit family, my soul family, have really helped me break into understanding more of who I am and what my abilities really are. And Ron and Teresa have been the most amazing sisters I could have ever asked for, in helping me be able to sit here in front of the camera and talk to everybody and shine and do all the things that I love to do. So thank you guys so much. And yeah, I love being here on the show. This is also one of my biggest passions, is hanging out every Sunday with everybody and connecting with amazing guests and hanging out with my soul sisters. And yeah, so thank you.
You guys are so good at this. Sorry,
Really?
no, as long as I don't remove myself from the screen. I'm Rhonda Elliott, and I do Reiki through your Akashic Records. You can find me at Cerulean Forest Reiki on Facebook, or you can look up my website. Again, I've been a Reiki master for 20 years and always have been interested in wanting to be psychic, not realizing that I am all along and that everyone is. And it's the Akashic Records has let me tap into a lot more of that, working with angels, working with unicorns lately. And these girls, it's just so much fun. Every week, it's like the best hobby or kind of extra work that we do, and we do this all for you because we get so much out of meeting all these wonderful guests that we bring to you, and we have so much fun. I mean, it's like a class every week, right? We get a class every week with these masters that we bring to light with you. We learn so much, and we're just happy to share it with you. But if you want to share these readings with us, because we do readings and we have so much fun when we do them. And we find that when we do readings in 3, it just brings up our power together whenever we're together. So, Teresa, let's start it off with for Kim. I'm going to put you over there. Yay. So you're on big. So Kim's our first person that has the reading.
Okay, do we have a question for Kim, or are we just doing a general reading?
No, we're just she didn't put a question unless she wants to stick one in the comments.
I'm tuning into Elliot, and I'm going to bring forward what Kim needs to hear most, according to dear Elliot. All right, here we go. And so since you chose to have a beautiful reading, you get a card from each one of us today. And that is going to be totally exciting. Crystal Keys, check this out. Okay, I'm using this beautiful Beyond Lemuria deck. Can you guys see that beautiful?
Oh, awesome.
Wow.
Oh my God, I love that. When I do remember my past life from Lemuria, there was all kinds of colors like this. So I really want to see more and more of this. So I love this deck. So, and it happens to be the master number of 22, which is exciting. And one of the most important tools in my toolbox over here are my glasses, so I can see this.
We all need those.
So, Kim, this card is speaking to you of hidden wisdom codes and potent information, Lemurian seed crystals, and seeing your triggers as your gift. And this comes through so hard for you because of how you care and you're standing up for the animals as you are. The things that are triggering you about these animals and making you feel that passion into rescuing them just the way you want to, those are leading you directly to your gifts, as you know, your gifts of speaking, of being the voice for these animals that needs to be there. And so that's what this card is really speaking to. So it's telling you, be inspired to find the wisdom hidden in those times when you feel triggered. There is so much information within our raw and intense reactions that when you choose to be present with what is coming up and peel back the layers, great spiritual insight will unveil itself in a way tailored just for you. Because these are things that you have brought with you from beyond and beyond our universe. And you have collected these things. You've been spending time on other planets and places just to be there with the animals. So you have been training for a long time, and most recently you've been training on Earth to see what we need. Now is the time. We are getting ready to ascend, and our views of the animals can no longer be the same. This is what you know. This is what you are anchored here, what you volunteered to be here to share with the planet as we go through and as we're raising our vibrations, is what I want to say. Now is the time where your message is going to go farther and reverberate all over the earth. And everything that you feel passionate about and that triggers you to stand up for those animals is true and right. So speak on, my friend. Shine bright and rescue these animals.
You want to go next, Bex?
Sure. So I pulled a card
Okay.
from the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards from Kyle Gray, which I love, love, love these cards. They have such powerful messages. And the card that came up for you, Kim, is Soul Expansion. It's Mahavatar Babaji, and it's talking about your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connection between all things. So you're going through a really big period of expansion and diving deep into your understanding of the universal energy that exists within all things, that also exists in you, and how you can step into that energy and really start to flow with every living, breathing, being in existence. You can really call them into you. If you want to have the strength, of a lion, you can call that energy in and let that flow through you. If you want to have the cunning of, a fox, or something like, it's just, you can call in all these different energies. You can call in the rain, you can call in, the sun, you can have all of these things in your aura at all times and just be in that vibration of whatever it is that you want to experience more of in your life, including abundance, including source energy. That's the purest form of what we are when we choose to let go of everything else that is keeping us from being able to be in that. That's what we came from. That's our source of creation, right? So calling in all those energies, allowing your soul to expand and embrace the connection with all, okay, including the connection with people that maybe you don't understand, but being able to feel that connection of, we're also beings here experiencing our journeys for the highest evolution, the highest and greatest good, and being able just to relate to them in that way of knowing that every journey is specifically designed for each soul for the highest and greatest good. So that's a really important message for you right now, is just to allow yourself to see the connection. No more separation for you. This is a time of expansion and connection. So being in that, calling it in, and bringing your awareness to it in every movement, every moment of the day. That's it.
Awesome. Okay, so
And
Kim,
I'd like to remind everybody that they can send in a donation if they want to get on the list. And so, sorry to
yeah,
interrupt. Go
we
ahead.
still have some spaces left. That's okay. Kim, this is for you. This is, I pulled it from Angels and Ancestors, my favorite deck that I'm working with now. And it's Mother Earth. And it says, feel loved and be comforted. I think a lot of times you're giving out so much that you forget to take time to really just every day to ground in and connect with Mother Earth and feel what she's giving back to you. You're always giving to her and to her creatures, but I have a feeling that you sometimes feel like you're lost in that crowd. But you need to connect and feel her love and just, hug a tree or sit on the grass and just take time with your fur babies and just feel all that love that she's sending you through them, and just, you deserve it. So know that she has you cradled in her arms, and that you can soak it up, and you need to soak it up and ground and connect with her to keep doing the work that you're doing. So really take that time to connect in with her. She wants you to take that time for you to connect in with her, and don't say, oh, I've got this too much to do. I got to scoop up poop, or I've got to feed the dogs, or I've got to brush somebody, or I've got to do this or that. She wants you to put yourself first so you can give from a full cup. So she's asking you to connect in with her, and it'll only make your work stronger. So please do that. Thanks. Okay. So, oh, and now we have a couple of other people. Oh, excellent. Got a few more people to put it on our list. I see Samantha has, Sam Carbon has given some money for a reading, and so has Angel Thompson. So I've got you on our list. Our next one will be Teresa Holmes bought Sherry Merritt a gift of a reading.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
isn't that
and Sherry
beautiful?
has a
I love
question.
that.
Sherry
Yeah,
has a
that's
question.
excellent.
Sherry is one of those, just like you were mentioning a minute ago, Rhonda. That she gives and she gives, and she's recently given until somebody else has really had to take over. Her body is like, okay, hey, I need replenishment. So her question is, we all know the basics of replenishment, but what does she need to know about her replenishment at this time? So that's what our question is. So, as we each pull a
Okay,
card for you, we're checking in with your guides and your higher self,
yeah.
and we're feeling the answers come through. Do one of you want to go first on
Answers
this?
here. Bex, Bex isn't
I'm
quite
not ready
ready.
yet.
Okay, I pulled a card for you that's, oh my god, this picture's beautiful. Okay, I'm going to slow down and show it to you guys. Look at this, you guys. This is the crown
Oh,
chakra.
Wow,
Crown chakra.
oh,
that is
oh,
beautiful.
beautiful.
The
It's a beautiful
unlimited
deck.
self. Totally cool. So what about your unlimited self is going to be helping you right now? Are you already getting some impressions of this? Because this Lemurian, Beyond Lemuria deck is about bringing your heaven on earth. That's the kind of energy we're bringing through. So this has to do with your crown chakra, your devotion, your inner guidance, your visionary inspiration, and fathoming things that are beyond the mind and enlightenment. So what I'm getting is that while you've been giving and giving, now for your replenishment is to spend time in your unlimited self, almost like the hermit card. Hold back, come back and be within yourself and reconnect to the universe and your life force energy. That is a source that you never have to renew. It is always there for you. So connect into that from your crown chakra. There's 1,000 petals. Each of those petals hook into another source where you either need wisdom coming in or healing. It's just infinite knowledge and cosmic wisdom coming to you right there. And so this card, funny enough, is talking about restoring. Be present and flowing without rigid outcomes. Kind of pull back just a little bit. Find more spaces in your life. Find your own way to meditate. When you are distracted, you are living life on the surface. Explore the state of flow and be receptive to the intuitive messages that you may receive. Sometimes you have to come to a good stillness to do that. Allow yourself to have that stillness. Maybe a little bit in the morning as you're waking up or whenever it is that you can find it. But come back to that and get the replenishing from the unlimited sources that are there for you, my friend.
Beautiful. I love
Teresa,
that.
that's lovely. Just Teresa, can you maybe put your mic up a little closer? Nancy's having a hard time hearing you.
Okay,
I
I'm
don't
always
know.
afraid to be so
Are
loud.
you're plugged in, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm plugged in. Should I do it again?
Yeah, maybe so.
You got me,
Anyways,
Bex?
okay.
I can hear you. I just hear clicking. There's a lot of clicking, like movement on the microphone. Somebody's microphone's brushing against something. So, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to go next, Bex?
Sure.
We'll keep the
I
order.
pulled
Okay.
Magical Mermaid and Dolphin card for Sherry. I
Oh,
love these because they're
oh,
so much
nice.
fun. It's all about manifesting. The card that came up for Sherry is Wait, which I think is so perfect right now. It says, don't rush into action right now. Bide your time for better results. What this card brings through is a message of taking a pause. It's not about rushing into action. It's not about trying to find what you can do. It's about allowing yourself to be. Being is what truly replenishes us. And when we stop trying to do things, which burns us out because we're always trying to express our energy somewhere and expend it, we allow ourselves to just be and flow within our energy and take in the energy from the universe and allow it to move through us without having to expend it anywhere. So right now, what they're really asking you to do is just take a breath. Allow yourself just to be. Allow yourself just to, you know, embrace not doing anything, which I think is a really foreign concept for a lot of us who are always feeling like we have to be doing all the time, right? So really good for you right now just to relax, just to be present, allow yourself to take in all the beauty around you, allow that to replenish you as well. Okay, so that's what the mermaids want you to know today.
That's awesome. And so I pulled one sort of similar to yours in a way, but it's the seer, and it says see beyond your current situation. And what I'm getting in that is that we all know that love is already won, and we know what the best life is. And instead of getting stuck in the details of what's going on, and this and that, beyond what you can control, you just have to see yourself in that space of peace, that space of contentment, that space of calm, that space, and just see beyond what's going on now, and just embrace that. And just, when you're meditating on what you want instead of letting all what's going on invade your mind and cloud it up and make it just too messy. And instead of putting your energy on how you're going to fix this, see what you want as the outcome instead. And you will get there. So it's asking you to use your clairvoyance and your gifts to make your future what you want it to be, instead of wasting all your energy on things you can't do anything about and fix things that's none of your business or that you can't control. You can only control you. And so by seeing your situation the way you want it to be, with the sun shining on you, sitting on the porch, listening to nature, just keep that in your mind's eye, the prize, and enjoy.
Beautiful.
Okay. Excellent. So my friend Melinda Lane, my Shasta buddy, I said, Melinda and I didn't ever meet till the first day of our journey together. And she doesn't live that far from me, which is kind of cool. She only lives about 3 hours away. So we're going to do a card for her. I don't know if she had a question or not. Just 1 second. Yeah, if you hear the ocean, just pretend it's the ocean. It's really Bex's fan in the
It's probably
background.
my fan. Sorry. I need air or
So,
I won't be able to survive.
yeah. So if you're ready, Melinda, you're here. I'm going to look for your name so I can put you up here. Sorry, my little technical thing is going on here. Yay, Melinda, where are you? I know she's here.
No question, she says.
No question? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll just do one for your highest and greatest good.
Right.
So, excellent. Okay. Do you want to tap her comment onto the screen, Bex, if you can?
Can I do that from my phone?
Yeah, you just tap it.
Oh, it's already
there
done.
You go. There.
I didn't do that.
Excellent.
Teresa did that. Magic.
Teresa's excellent. She's magical. Okay, so asking the angels to give you a card for your highest and best good. Thank you, angels, for revealing to Melinda what she needs to know. Okay, here she go. Another one that needs talking about people who need to sit back and stop worrying about right now and just enjoy your growth and reap the rewards of it. You've planted. You've been working hard in your garden of spirit, and you need to sit back and enjoy some of the fruit that you can now harvest. You need to, give yourself a break, enjoy that growth, and reap those rewards. It means stay back and actually look at what you've accomplished, look at how far you've come, and not resting on your laurels so much as just enjoying that and taking that into yourself and tasting of that fruit of your rewards. Start working some of that magic on yourself. And I know you've been working really hard, but just enjoy it and give yourself a break. You don't have to work hard every day. It's time now to pick what you've been growing and just taste it and just just get into the vibe of all that love you've created and hang there for a while.
I love that.
Okay.
So much fun. All right, do you want me to go next?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to put you over.
I pulled Keeper of the Light Oracle card for you, and two came up together, so I'll get to both of them. The first one is Saint Germain, which is all about the violet flame, of course. Karma releasing, move beyond drama, create your own path, make room for good energy. So you're clearing out right now. You're clearing out a lot, transmuting a lot of the density that you've been experiencing in your life. Being able to witness and observe as opposed to take on things, which is a really, really important place to be able to observe and not attach yourself to any situations that are going on around you. And just know that, all the work that you're doing is for a higher purpose, that giving yourself that appreciation. We appreciate other people so much when they show up for us, but you're showing up for yourself. And it's really important for you to appreciate that, because this is so good for you right now to be able to just bask in that violet flame energy and allow it to transmute all that density for you, calling it in, but being able just, again, to observe and witness, because what's coming with that is the call to action. Okay. And that's Commander Ashtar, which I don't know if you guys know. I'm sure most of you know who Commander Ashtar is. The commander, he's the Galactic Federation of Light. So he's, the one that basically is like the captain of all of it. So they say. But it says, take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. So as you're doing this work, as you're releasing yourself from all of this density, allowing yourself to be an observer, you're giving people direction on how to be able to do that for themselves. You're showing others how to step away from the drama, how to detach from all the density of this world right now, and allowing that flow to happen, which is really important because people are getting really heavy and sick and confused from all the things that they're experiencing right now, because this is a call for us to be able to move beyond what we see into what we truly know deep in our souls, right? So we have to stop looking outside of us for the answers and go within and connect with our soul and our higher self and allow that to lead us. So this is where you're at right now. This is a really awesome place to be, and thank you for showing up this way for others.
Awesome. Teresa. Oh, I've lost your voice. Can you hear?
No sound.
Did
you mute?
No sound. Did you mute yourself?
No sound still. This is a day for technical stuff, I'm telling you.
You might want to unplug and plug in again. I don't think we muted you.
I got it.
Mic.
Oh, yay,
I couldn't unmute it.
Yay.
You got me now?
Yes.
Yay.
Got you.
Okay.
Got you now.
It took like 3 times. I'm hitting that unmute. Okay. So, yes, I'm still working with that Beyond the Maria deck because these beautiful messages are coming through. And this is the magic of when we pull cards together like this for each person. And this is the card that we got.
I love it.
Can you see that? Look at that.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
See, she's in a state of transformation, this Lemurian. And see all of that beautiful energy around him. I mean, to me, it even looks like a dragon. Okay, I don't know. Maybe that's just my eyes. Looks like a dragon swirling all around and making sort of a womb or a cocoon, so to speak. So that's kind of talking about some of the things I heard you guys talking about on your cards. And it's about, this card signifies going inwards and being truly present with whatever you are doing in the process. It emits a sense of self-nurture and a space that has held a container for the delicate and vulnerable digestion periods. Or gestation, not digestion, gestation periods. And so even like if you've been to Shasta and you've been a part of that recently, look at all that learning and codes and things that came to you while you were there, the portals that were opened within you. It's time to really sink in with them, feel them, sense what you can do with them so that you can get ready to transform and expand. Feel whatever you need to feel. It may be hard to be present with some parts of yourself, but bring them into that cocoon of gentle self-love and reflection, and insight will come. The shadows can be released, your heart space will soften, cry or be angry. Let go of all the things that are coming up right now, because this is the healing and this is why they've come here. But you are ready to take place in something so big. Revel in the twilight before the dawn and let your wings unfurl, because sister, you are ready to fly.
Beautiful.
That's awesome. Thank you, Teresa. Next, we have Sam Carbon from the UK. She's a friend of mine, and I'm glad you're back home safe and sound, Sam. I don't know if you had a question or just a general, so we're happy for you to post the question. We'll give you a second. We'll clear our decks and start a game. Bex, did you want to be up first?
Sure. I was just trying to tune into which deck. I brought 3 because, I can't just have one usually. I have to bring
no.
options because I follow what I'm ready to do.
I know.
All right. So it looks like she's getting an Angel Tarot card.
Okay, awesome. Sorry. I'm trying to not screw up this. I'm trying to get, there we go.
Message for Sam. The highest and greatest good. There we go. All right. So the card that came up for Sam is Release. It says it's the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. So what they're saying right now is that you've come full circle on a situation in your life that you've been having a hard time letting go of, and it's really important now for you to be able to look back on the situation with gratitude and acceptance that everything played out exactly as it was meant to for the higher purpose, the highest and greatest good. It was divine will. The role you played and the role others played were very important for your soul evolution. And while things may have not gone the way that you had wanted them to, they went the way you needed them to. And sometimes that's really hard for us to wrap our brains around. But this is a time for you to release those previous expectations that you held for the situation, because those expectations are actually what causes you the heartbreak and the sadness. Being able to let it, let it be exactly what it was, and accepting that and recognizing that that was there to serve a higher purpose for you gives you the gratitude and the strength to be able to let it go peacefully and freely without having to identify it as anything. Okay, so it's really important. It's a soul contract. We fulfill soul contracts every day, even in a smile with a stranger. That's a soul contract that we've fulfilled. It's important for these moments, these activations, these experiences with others to help us to be able to evolve at the pace that we do, because otherwise we'd stay stagnant. So it's really a beautiful time for you to be able just to release all those things that have shown up in your life that maybe you don't want to have replaying anymore. You don't want to have these patterns playing out, recognizing that they did serve you and that you've outgrown them. Just saying to the universe, okay, thank you so much for these lessons and these blessings. I appreciate every single one of them. I recognize that they were for my highest and greatest good, and I'm ready to let them go and experience new lessons and new blessings. Okay? So that's what they're coming through with you for you right now.
Okay, thank you. Pretty poignant. Teresa, you want to go next?
All right, I'll go next then.
And then I'll go last. There we go.
Okay, Samantha, you, my friend, are being called to be a priestess, to be a leader somewhere in your life. And I bet you just feel this already. So the question you need to ask yourself is, how are you being called? How are you being called to step up and lead? So here's your picture. This is from the Work Your Light Oracle cards from Rebecca Campbell. And there you have a priestess there stepping forward. You don't need to have it all together to lead, because the people are fine with you not being perfect, because really that's who they're looking to. They're looking for the similarity. They're looking for where you are the same as them, where they can see that you have been through the same path, and there you are on the other side, reaching back to help them along the way. So you are ready to do this. Let your life and everything you've been through be your message. Don't underestimate the power of sharing your story and how important that is in these days, because this isn't free that you can do all over the world. Some are being held back from being able to use their voice and to tell their story, but this is what you're being called to do right now. And it's by hearing someone else's journey that we feel less alone. So your story is going to have a way of bringing people together and making them feel less alone. Do you see how inspiring your story really is? And so we realize that we're actually all in this thing called life together. Your tribe is longing for exactly the same thing as you were and that you are, and might only be one step behind you. It says, actually, it really says this right here. Hell, they might even be right alongside you. You don't need anyone's permission, just the courage to stand. And we are sending you all this energy to have this courage to stand. And so, in the end, there's two questions. How are you being called to step up and lead? Not what anybody else is telling you, what you're feeling from the inside. How are you being called? And the next question, how can you be the leader that you wish you had? And there's beauty when you dig into these and see what's there for you.
That's awesome.
Yes, so good.
And wait till you see the card I got. So that's why I say we have so many synchronicities. This is
I
the
love
High
it.
Priestess again from Kyle Gary's deck, and this is where I know your work, but it's asking you to now dig into the other gifts that you have, your intuition that you've always had, but you need to start relying on those or start using them more, your gifts more, and as you go through in your work and calling them forth, and being that person that embraces her gifts and uses them, and as you use them, people will get more out of what you're giving them already, because you come from a very logical side, but you also have all those gifts and you're very intuitive, and they want you to start using the power that you have for the healing work you do. And you have lots of help. That the little cat there is your helper, or it's symbolizing all the helpers you have around you, saying that you're not alone in this. You have angels behind you, you have helpers all around you. Just dig in and use those gifts. Just start, just bringing them forth and relying on them. Don't keep second guessing yourself. So harness your mystic power, become that high priestess that you already are, that you're already destined to be. So that's pretty cool. Same. Yeah, I love when we get those confirmations.
Yes, so
Very cool.
Magical.
So very magical. So we have Angel Thompson is the last person on the list right now. I'll go back and check in. Just give me a second, and I'm going to put you back on, Teresa, to start.
Okay.
I just have to do a little technical here.
Okay, Angel, I'm pulling from another deck. It's by Colette Baron Reed, and it's the Wisdom of Avalon, because there's a path here or something. Something in this deck is calling out to you right now. And we're going to find it all out together. Partnership. Partnership. So let me show you. There's I don't know if you can see it, there's a path right here, a trail, and it's a 2-lane road, showing that 2 cars or 2 people or 2 beings can travel on this together. So, partnership. That's always a big step, isn't it? It takes a lot of trust and faith. Let's see what Colette Baron Reed channeled here. You're put on notice to seek the connection in all things. This is the coming together of ideas, the fulfillment of attraction, the marriage between 2 people or ideas, and the harmonious blending of energies. So it's the beauty of seeing these connections and how they're coming together into your life that's going to be like a bunch of little aha moments. And it's almost like fairies are fluttering all around, making each little light burst off for you. And so you're going to be seeing all these connections coming together and seeing exactly how they're going to help you step forward in your overall, we'll see, like your blueprint plan, for instance. And so I want to jump. When you receive the blessing of partnership on this part of your journey, it is a sign that the object of your inquiry, or whatever you're wanting to learn right now, may indeed give you what you need. It is an important opportunity where the partner exceeds the potential of the individual. So it really goes both ways. The partner takes you higher, you take them higher, and it's really a beautiful and inspiring thing for each other. This sacred journey marker reminds you that you are never, never, never alone, and that there is also ways of partnership with the divine. Yeah, we could just step back and listen to what the divine wants us to tell us, so that we can partnership with that. This is a very auspicious omen in your journey right now. So use this and use the information from the other cards to see where all those connections go together for you.
Awesome. I love that. All right, I'm going to go up next because mine goes perfectly with that. Here's a partnership for you. The mermaids came in with Dream Big. Okay. It says, let go of small thoughts about yourself and see yourself succeeding. So what's coming through with this immediately is that this is your time to really give yourself permission to go for the big dreams. Don't worry about the how. Your job is not the how. Your job is not the where, the when, the why. Your job is just to believe that it's possible. To believe in it so much that it has no choice but to become possible. So the universe can step in and bring all of the other details to fruition, to help you be able to follow the path of, universal breadcrumbs that are going to lead you there. Your job is to believe. So step back from having the, need to figure out the details, right? And just focus on the big picture. How does it feel when you get into that space of that which you truly desire from your heart? How does it feel when that comes into your life in the most beautiful, benevolent ways, right? Step into that feeling. Let that feeling lead you down the path to it being, okay? Because the universe has all the rest of it in hand. You just have to believe. So dream big. Don't hold back. Let yourself go for the biggest dream you can imagine possible, and then just let it happen, okay? So that was from the mermaids.
Ooh, that's empowering.
Okay, again, I do love it because you can't make this stuff up. Mine is the full moon.
I can't really hear you, Rhonda.
Can you hear me now?
It's. Are you
It's
plugged
like you're in
in?
the background.
Yeah.
1 sec.
Yeah, that's better already. Oh, maybe not.
Oh, plugging back in. Sorry.
All right.
Much better.
I'm running low on power. That's the problem with using
Yeah,
my
me
phone.
too.
Okay.
Oh, you guys.
This is the moon, and it's taking note of your intuitive messages. This week, we're getting a full moon. And Angela, what I keep hearing is you got to let go of some of this stuff that's holding you back. This is a perfect time of the cycle to do this. Let go of what no longer serves you, all those doubts, those blockages that you've been holding on to. I can't do this because of yourself, is what it's saying. So what you need to do is use this full moon energy to release what no longer serves you, to start tuning in to your intuitive messages. Like, even just practice some games. Say, oh, that's blah, blah, blah. Even if you're wrong, you just practice. Feel into those intuitive messages and start taking note of everything that comes. Write them down. Start paying attention to your dreams and what they may be telling you. Use this full moon energy to let go of what no longer serves you and to start working on your own intuition of what's coming through. The moon's cyclical. Your intuition will be cyclical. I know everyone, like, sometimes it's sharper than other times. With us, I know it's the same. Sometimes it's like boom, 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 boom. We're getting all messages. Other times it's like, ooh, quiet, really
Your
quiet.
crickets.
Yeah. What? And so it's don't worry about that. It doesn't mean it's not real when they're coming in boom, boom, boom. And it doesn't mean it's all gone when it's just quiet. I mean, Source likes to give us a break from things too, and we're only humans. So in this human body, we can only process so much at a time. So take note of what's coming into you, and actually acknowledge them by saying, "Oh, I was right on about that. Oh, I was right on," and the more will come into you. So that's what I've
Woo!
got. Woohoo!
Awesome.
And Teresa, you were talking about, we just want to know if there's anybody has any questions for us. I haven't got any more in right now, but like I said, we may be going through more and more on this week and see if we have time, we'll kind of hook in some evenings, I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll be
We
fun.
usually
Let's
like to
do it.
do. Yeah. And if Steve didn't get a chance to hook up with us today, you'll have another chance to hook up with us later this week. We'll call this, what do they call it on public television? Um,
Oh,
Membership
Oh,
week.
right.
yeah. I used to remember
Source.
when Wayne Dyer did that on PBS. Do you guys
Mhm.
remember all those great shows?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, when I was using my antenna. Yeah. So, yeah, great. So, Teresa, you were talking about the message for the collective you wanted to work on today because you got
Oh,
this message in pretty strong.
yeah, you guys. Yeah, I'm getting chills already. Thank you, Rhonda. Have you guys heard what's going on in Australia? Bex, have you heard about it?
Yes, it's
That
crazy.
it's crazy and it's insane, and a part of me just wants to cry so hard. I mean,
Mm,
because this is really all of us. It's happening in Australia, but this has been happening for so long, and for all of us. So there's a voice that needs to be heard, and they're being shut up in Australia. They are not being allowed. If you are a victim of sexual assault,
mhm.
you will get arrested or fined heavily if you tell your story. And if there happens to be a newspaper that wants to listen to you and print your story, that newspaper will be fined as well. That is so unfair that a victim can't even use their voice. How many voices have we heard rising up in 2020?
Right.
In Australia, this is being silenced. And so I wanted to have us each pull a card from the collective like we do to see how
Sure.
all of us together can send our energy to help with this, because really while we're seeing it in Australia, I really feel that this is the head of a huge issue that has been rising right now. And let's do it. We want to save the children, and we want to be able to speak our voices and be heard. So what do you guys think? Shall we?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think it's true. And I mean, it there was a day when victims of sexual assault and victims of trafficking would never be able to speak out because they would be victim blamed, and we're kind
Right.
of going backwards here. So, and it's still a stigma. It's still a stigma in this world if you are a victim of sexual assault or sexual exploitation or trafficking, that somehow it was your fault. And let's send our energies to heal that, and
Mhm.
let's make it so we can heal that, and so that there'll be no more perpetrators, that they'll be healed from whatever makes them partake of such
Absolutely.
terrible things, and that people that are being exploited and children that are being exploited and taken will be safe, and the victims will be safe. So let's see what we can all do. We're going to bring in what's the highest good, what the angels want us to know about that, and we'll bring in. Okay, there. Okay, Teresa.
Okay, I'm already getting a really cool card, but I can't wait to see how it applies. I promise you guys, I'm really a little bit emotional about this, and I was getting chills the whole time you were talking there, Rhonda, about it, and so this is amazing. But here's the card I got. This is from the Lemurian deck because, like I said, it's about bringing heaven on earth. Who can be in heaven when you can't speak your true voice, when you can't tell the story of what's happened to you? You know, that suppression is it's done. Okay, I do not consent to that. So, but the card that come up is the portal keeper. So Nancy, if you're here, there's still another cat here for you. I know
Mm-hmm.
you look for all the kitties, but there's some kind of portal here that we can do. And this is applying to how we can help them and send help. Unique gateways to mystical experiences, psychic ability, raising your vibration, expanded consciousness, the Akashic records, and past life ties. So you see, this is a healing that needs to be called for right now, and through our Akashic lines, through our recent ancient history and our ancient history. This is coming through to be healed right now at this time. And and as we're becoming more sensitive and aware, we are more receptive to the mystical experience. Our multidimensional selves and the way we anchor the light through us now to the earth are ways that we can reach out. And so it says, gently explore the edges of your reality, spend time in your forest to listen, deepen your meditation practice, dance yourself into ecstasy. Now, how could dancing ourselves into ecstasy help those who are being suppressed? For one, those who are being suppressed cannot themselves be in that ecstasy. When you reach that pitch from whatever it is that you're doing, it's like being in a Zen moment. You're beyond yourself, and when you are beyond yourself, you get a whole different view on the thing and a whole different way to move forward and to help those. And I'm showing that all of us who could just put parts of ourselves aside and to reach this Zen moment, that there's information there for us to learn. And so it says explore psychic tools and study new healing modalities. So the truth is, without spending the time here dealing with this one, we really can't move into an ascension space. This is something that we need to take care of now. So why not explore all the different modalities? As more people are being rescued from these trafficking situations, they're going to need compassion, love, and understanding. And so too are the people who are making the laws that are going against being able to show your voice. They need to come to awareness. So there's different ways that we can work on it. Sending healing to those being victimized and sending wisdom to those making the laws so that they too open up to what really needs to be done, seen, heard, and known about. Disclosure at this time.
Absolutely. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, and I think, the thing that we need to remember is that how many of us, in this lifetime or past lifetimes have been silenced, have been kept from speaking out. We're in the time of the rise of the divine feminine, where the divine feminine's voice is going to come out and you can't silence it anymore. We have to stand in our truth. The card that came up for this was Master Buddha. Increased awareness. It says deep connection, trust your inner voice. We need to rise up and be the voice of those who can't speak, of those who can't stand in their power yet. Be their power. Help them by, being that force that can't be reckoned with. By connecting together, by being one, we can overcome this. This isn't something that's, going to hold us back. It's something that's going to propel us forward, because we're going to say, no, we're not entertaining that storyline anymore. We're not allowing ourselves to exist in a world where we can't use our voices to, speak our truth. We're beyond that, and we're more powerful than that. We will never, ever be silenced again. We've been in that life. We've been in that existence, and we're not there anymore. So awareness is the most important thing. We're aware of the situation. We have a choice on what we do with what we see, what we experience. How are we going to use it? Are we going to let it hold us back? Are we going to let it make us sad and hold us down and feel frustrated and angry? Or are we going to let it be our passion, and propel us forward and say, no, we're going to speak up for those who can't speak for themselves. And we're going to be louder and louder and louder until change happens, because that's why we're here. We're here to do this together. So that's what's coming through from the Keepers of the Light, with a little bit of me in there because I'm passionate about this.
Go back.
Got the
I love
fire.
that.
you and me both, Bex. I have this card. It's the Air Guardian, and I think she reminds me a bit of Kali, so that divine feminine warrior. And it says shift your perception. So I think it's also shifting your perception. 1 in 3 women will be victims or have been victims of some sort of sexual abuse or some sexual assault. And we have to remember, so that's our sisters, that's us, that's all of us. So shifting our perception from being victims to being survivors, for those who have gone through it and that you've survived it. You don't have to be in that state of victimhood. You grab that power of survivor and you get that righteous justice anger in your and champion for those who may not be in that same space that you are, and realize that because you're a survivor, you also have a lot of the world to teach, and you have a lot of healing to be able to give to others who are going through it and may not be as far along the path as you are. So that's where you need to shift your perception and feel those emotions. Don't bury them, feel them, let them flow through you. Don't be shamed of them. Don't be upset about it, and speak out your stories that you need to give someone else the ability to break free of whatever they're going through and live. War is not the only thing you can get post-traumatic syndrome from, PSD. Anyways, sexual assault, and it's 1 in 3 for women, 1 in 4 for men. So men are also victims. Usually, younger boys are usually victims as well, can be victims. So let's shift our perceptions of everything about sex. It's a sacred thing. Sex is. It's not something that should be bought and sold or by others for the pleasure of someone else. People are not things to be bartered with. We're not slaves. We should all have our own sovereignty, and we should claim it. So let's shift our perceptions around this whole thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Woo, time to make a stand.
Yeah, what a note to end on there, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I guess we
No, it's good though. It's important because we need to keep the conversation going. And that's what we can do. We can
Absolutely.
keep the conversations going. We can keep talking about it and not let it just die down. You know, it's time to talk. It's time
Right.
to share. It's time to connect with others. And, you know, we're going to overcome this. We will.
Yes.
So
And it'll be sooner than we think.
Definitely. It's time.
It's all out there.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, thank you all for joining us. Teresa, maybe you can move our layout to the 3 people.
right.
My finger's not working on here.
There we go.
I do have one quick announcement.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay, so the winner of last week's Share It Out, who won a reading with Teresa, is Nancy Louise. Congratulations, Nancy. And make sure to share out
Yay,
this,
Nancy.
you know, as much as you can. Share out, because the one who shares out the most is going to win with Rhonda. So you don't want to miss your chance to win a reading or session with Rhonda. It's a healing through your records, right? Session, which is amazing.
Healing through your records.
Yeah. So definitely share this out.
That's
Invite
fun.
friends. You know, all the messages are relevant. If you see it, it's for you. That's how it works. The universe doesn't give you anything in your awareness, experience, or anything that isn't meant for you. So take it as you will.
And we'll be on this week off and on. Keep an eye out for your notifications.
Yes.
And thank you all for joining us. And thanks for your support.
Absolutely.
And we love you. And next week we have another friend of ours from mine,
Shasta?
actually, from Shasta, Teresa Clan. She's from Victoria, BC, and she'll be talking about, not quite sure yet, something to do with oracle cards.
It'll be
Oh,
awesome.
how exciting.
Something, or tarot cards, or I'm not quite sure, maybe her heart math. She has many modalities,
nice.
and she's quite Shasta opened her up even wider, so it'll be quite an experience.
Teresa's
So
asking
thank
about
you.
the song.
She wants us to do the song. Oh, okay. Well, we usually have ours ready because we have this conversation with our guests every week, so we know ours. We're on top of it. So, do you want to go first, T, and just say yours real quick?
Okay. My song is High Hopes by Panic at the Disco, because it's talking about whatever your old story was, getting rid of it. I'm not going to sing the words, okay, you guys? I want to spare you that. But it's talking about getting rid of whatever you were hanging on to and being ready to embrace what is ahead of you and keeping your high hopes even when you're not seeing it right in front of you. You got to resonate there. So that's why I like High Hopes by Panic at the Disco.
I love it. That's perfect. My theme song right now, because it changed recently, which just comes up for me all the time, but is Can't Stop Me Now by Queen, because that song just gets me going, and I can charge through anything when that song's in my head. So that's my theme song right now.
Yeah. I love Queen. I do. My theme song for now is not the Wreck of the Edmonds Fitzgerald by Gordon Lightfoot. Just thought I'd tell you that. It's by oh my goodness, my brain just went dead. It's called Helpless by Neil Young. And it talks about being in Northern Ontario and having changes in your life. And I just like the pictures of the sky wide above you with all the stars coming through. So that's a beautiful
Love
song.
it.
Thank you,
Perfect.
Teresa. Yeah, great. Okay, so we'll see you next week, and if not, we'll see you through the week sometime. Just keep us tuned in. Thanks very
Yes.
much for all your help and sharing. Appreciate
Have
you
a
all.
beautiful week.
We love you.
Bye.